Hello again, and welcome to week 4. We're over the halfway mark now of OMBA 580, Executive Leadership. This week, we'll both be returning to our Leadership Compendium of Harvard Business Review articles, and we'll be working with this booklet, Influence, Gaining Commitment and Getting Results, which I think you're going to find a useful addition to this unit. As we have for the past couple of weeks, I'd like to start by reviewing the things that are due by midnight on Wednesday of this week, both the individual and learning team assignments, and then switch gears and talk about the things that will be due by midnight on Sunday of this week. First, if you were assigned an article for this week, please post your assigned article review at the proper discussion board for week 4 at our Moodle website by midnight on Wednesday. If your learning team was assigned this week's topic presentation, please remember to have that posted by no later than midnight on Wednesday as well. The individual article reviews are to be written assignments, but remember, for the learning team assignments, you have the option to record a YouTube type video or to post a more traditional PowerPoint-like presentation. And finally, as far as Wednesday's assignments go, if each learning team should, by midnight on Wednesday, post a research article on the topic of leadership and influence, and we'll then have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, part of Sunday, most of Sunday, to review the articles you've posted there. Turning now to the individual and learning team assignments that are due by Sunday of week 4. First, please read the 5 Harvard Business Review articles in our Leadership Compendium of articles. And then read the booklet, Influence, Gaining Commitment and Getting Results, and complete the influence self-assessment that's found on pages 12, 13, and 14 in the booklet, and then chart your results on the chart that's provided on page 32 of the booklet. In the syllabus, you may have noticed that I suggested copying both the self-assessment questions and the chart on page 32 so that you can use the assessment and the chart over and over again. And my reasoning behind this is that I think that influence style is situational. That is, that I think we probably would use more of our emotional side influencing tactics in dealing with, say, a family member, whereas we may use more of our logical and cooperative tactics in dealing with, say, influencing a subordinate or a peer at work. Also, I think it helps to have a certain situation in mind when you respond to the self-assessment. That way you can reflect on how you actually acted in that setting rather than just guessing how you might react to each of these questions. And finally, most students not only find the influence self-assessment useful, but they found my suggestion to copy the assessment and the chart so that you can use it over and over in other influence situations. But also, they find it useful to discuss the results of the influence self-assessment and perhaps their plans for increasing their influence style in some of the areas where they scored lower in the final assignment for this course due in class week 6, which is the Leadership Development Plan. During this week of the course, I'm often asked to define the difference between power and influence. And to me, power implies strength over someone, a driving force, and it's often defined by a win or lose situation, such as when I pour the contents of one glass into the other, I leave one glass full, but I leave the other glass empty or powerless. Following the metaphor for influence, I believe influence implies an effect that one has on others. I think of it more as an additive rather than a driving force. And I think of exerting influence as being a win-win kind of an outcome rather than a win-lose one. As when I use the first candle to light the flames of the second and third candles, I'm able to spread the light from the first candle without in any way diminishing the light from the first. As usual, by midnight on Sunday of this week, please read the assigned individual article reviews that will be posted by midnight on Wednesday, and post a value-added response to any one of them. Also, read the assigned learning team topic presentation, or view it if they posted a video presentation, and post at least one value-added comment to that learning team's contribution. And finally, read all of this week's learning team research articles and post a value-added comment once again to any one of them. I've been keeping up pretty well with your questions at Ask Dr. Dan, but let me remind you again that the most direct way to get to me is always through my Baker email address. That's dan.falvey, F-A-L-V-E-Y, @bakeru.edu. Keep up the great work, have a great week, and I'll see you online.